Hey guys, this is going to be a super quick video on how to resolve those annoying Oracle TNS identifier not found errors that are quite common. First thing you're going to want to do is download Process Monitor. It's a really small download. You don't have to install it. 3 megabytes, you unzip it, and you're going to see something like this. You're going to just double click procmon.exe or procmon64 exe, whatever applies to your architecture. When it opens, you're going to be prompted to apply a filter, and you want to apply a very specific filter. The filter that you're going to apply is going to be path ends with tnsnames.ora. It has to be this. Once you put that in, you're going to click add, and then you're going to do apply. And then once you hit OK, it's going to immediately start recording, and this thing records a lot of activity. So you don't want to leave it running for hours. You want to be ready to reproduce the issue. So before I hit OK, I'm going to get ready to reproduce the issue. So I've got my test connection right here. I'm ready to hit test connection. Now this is an important note. If you've already done the test connection and it's already failed, this is probably not going to work. You need to restart the program or the service, because the tnsnames.ora location is going to get cached. So before you do this, make sure you restart the program or the service after you have prepared, the procmon trace. So I've already done that, so I'm ready to record. I've got my connection string ready, test connections ready, so I'm going to start recording. I'm going to click OK. And you'll see down here in this area that it's processing a lot of events. That's pretty much the only way you know that it's recording, besides this very slight overlay on the record button. So I'm going to come back over here and I'm going to do test connection. And gives me an error. I'm actually not having that specific error, but this is going to still reproduce the exact thing that you need to do. What it's going to show you is all the different places that the application looked for the tnsnames.ora file. And essentially, the first place that it finds where the file is actually there, it's going to use that file. So you might have more than one of these files on your system, because maybe you installed 2 different versions of the driver. That would mean you have 2 different versions of the tnsnames.ora file, right? So here you can see that the application has searched. It searched in this directory first. It didn't find it, right? Name not found, no such file. So then it moved on to the next one. Didn't find it there. And it keeps going. Now, I don't even have Oracle installed on this machine. However, if I did, there would eventually be a row that says found, tnsnames.ora found, right? It wouldn't say name not found. It wouldn't say no such file. It would say found, or that it read it, and that is the tnsnames.ora file that is being used by the application to attempt to connect to this data source. So what that means is when you see that error that says identifier not found, it explicitly means that it cannot find that particular identifier in that particular file that it's using as the tnsnames.ora file. Now, so the resolution might be either oops, it's looking in the wrong directory, or oops, I didn't realize I put the file in the wrong place, whatever, right? This gives you the opportunity to create an override for the tnsnames.ora file. You know, I could put an override in this location, the first place that it looks in for this application, right? And that would work. That would suffice. I could put that override in file in there, and it would, it would read it. Just, just keep in mind, I think you might have to reboot your machine for the changes to kick in. That's an Oracle question. I'm not an Oracle guy. The important part of this whole thing you're going through is you're identifying where is it actually looking for the file, which file does it actually find, because that tells you which file is missing that identifier, and that's the key to solving this problem, right? Because at that point you can just put that identifier in that file, problem solved. Just don't forget to reboot. All right, well, I hope that helps you guys. Good luck.